Submission 2. So I'm a type of person who is very open and friendly with everyone, and I'm the icebreaker when it gets awkward with my friends. Recently, I somehow felt a little awkward with my best friend. Since the pandemic, we only could talk through texts, calls, etc. But for quite some time now, she's been ignoring my calls and texts. Even when she sees the message, she leaves me on read. I know that I shouldn't be like a possessive best friend, but it still bugged me. So I told her about this. She was like, oh, no, don't worry, I'm here always, etc. So I thought I was overthinking. It shouldn't be awkward anymore, right? Also, so she kind of confronted her friend, and the friend's like, "Oh no, don't worry, like I'm here."
Shady.
Continue.
But after I told her, the awkwardness continued. Either she's silent, either she's silent or texts others and does other things. I've tried to get her to talk, but it goes in vain most of the time. Now I've given up. I don't talk unless it's necessary. I don't like this at all since I've never had to deal with awkward situations like this before. I don't want it to continue like this and make it awkward by bringing up the subject to her again, since I don't want to hurt her. What would you guys suggest for me to do? Is it just me overthinking?
But first, can I point out something? Harry's like a real true rapper. But do you know how I know?
How?
While he was reading, he was doing this.
Really?
He's like,
no, I didn't. So I thought I was overthinking. It shouldn't be awkward anymore, right?
yo, you're like flowing, like you're like,
damn.
Really? Like this?
yo, he's a true rapper. Like he's been doing this for so long. He's like reading the message. He's like,
Awkwardness continues.
that was cool.
Either she's silent or texts others and does other things.
Damn.
That was cool though.
Alright,
Anyways,
shoot.
but wow, that's
I think
awkward.
You should confront her for sure.
Yeah, but she's gonna be like, oh no, don't worry, I'm here. I'm always.
You're not.
Why look at me when you say that? Damn.
You're not.
That's why Ashley doesn't
obviously.
have a lot of friends, guys. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But
I don't think she's overthinking though, right?
Yeah.
Depends on what kind of person that friend is. If that person's just not that expressive.
like maybe they're just realizing it because it's only through like text and stuff now, but maybe they've kind of always been like this in person too. But I don't know.
But when it comes to texting and misunderstanding because of text, you always have to give them a second chance because sometimes the emotions are not conveyed properly through text.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah,
sometimes
for sure.
people think that like the other person is like ignoring you or like being kind of rude, but it's because there's no emotion, there's no sound to it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's like
So you read it how like you think pretty much.
Yeah.
You guys know the emoji with the crying face going like with the crying?
Yeah.
Can you do it again one more time?
Yeah.
Anyways, I get confused if it's supposed to be funny and they're using that, or if they're like actually sad about it, or if it's like a joking sad and then it's supposed to be funny.
Are you talking about the laughing crying?
I know that one, but
the
then
teary-eyed crying?
but they
like
use
the one.
Oh, the
one
you.
they're like right. They use that when it's
it can
funny
be used
too.
for both, yeah.
Yeah, so I get confused. So it's something like very serious, and then they use that. And I'm like, is it a joke?
Like,
Why are you looking at me?
what do you mean?
weird?
Like, give us an example.
Ashley's judging Junie so hard this episode.
Yeah. Can't be like this whole show.
Yeah, you want to switch?
Yeah, can we I can't give it like a really good example, but let's say, I'm super hungry right now, right? Let's just say I'm super hungry right now, and it does this.
No,
Let's
go
move
on.
on. Let's move on.
No, please go
Let's say
on,
like
please
I'm
go.
I'm super hungry right now, and they use that emoji, and then it seems like that person is just jokingly saying they're super hungry right now, or they're like they've been starving for a few days. No, I'm just saying as an
Junie, I think
example.
you're overthinking, bro. Yo, come on, bro. That's so
confused.
I'm so confused either.
Okay. I have an example. It's like, let's say you did something like you're kind of like 찔렸어, but then the other person didn't really care about it, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they texted you, "What are you doing?" But in your head, since you're like 찔렸어, like you could think their tone is like kind of like what are you doing? It
Yeah,
could be
but
like
it's
that.
usually
But then
like,
they
"What's
were
up?"
genuinely just asking like, oh, what are you doing?
Right.
Because you have something to hide.
Yeah.
You kind of assume the other person's tone.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You saved
Yo,
my
what are
life.
you doing?
That could've went
This
bad.
is kind of what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, man.
No, it's not.
No, it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
So,
because
no,
people
yeah.
misunderstand too. Because when I'm texting, I don't use a lot of emojis or
Mm.
punctuation. I'm
You
just
mad?
like, I'm just here right now. I'm just doing this. And then a lot of Korean people they'll be like, smiley face emoji.
They're like, I'm here right now.
Like yeah, but me it's just very
I'm here.
Yeah.
straight.
Like 3
so-
exclamation marks
yeah.
instead of like but like compared to 1 exclamation mark, it's totally different. I feel like. No? What?
I didn't know you were this
Let's say,
sensitive, Junny.
Am I that
I was
sensitive?
just looking at Ashley the whole time Junie's talking.
Like let's
I
say
didn't
look
know
look at
you're-
this. Look at this. You tell this person something and you say and this person says sounds good with 3 exclamation marks and then there's 1 exclamation mark. Which one sounds a little more colder?
Junior, I think you need to shut up now.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I
I'll
can't.
I'll stop.
I can't. Stop overthinking. Okay.
Okay, I'll stop.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Hi guys.
Did you guys like the video?
Make sure to like.
Subscribe.
And press the notification bell so you never miss another.